Alright guys, so obviously Fallout 76 was announced. Most of you probably know that by now. The main topic of discussion, however, since the teaser trailer dropped today, has been whether or not this game is online or multiplayer. Obviously nothing's confirmed yet, nothing is official until Bethesda officially tells us what the hell this game is exactly. But there's been people talking about a Fallout 76 and it being some sort of like multiplayer game, MMO, whatever the case, as far back as like 2017. In 2017, if somebody was like, David, the next Fallout game is going to be Fallout 76, I would have laughed at them. You'd have laughed at them. Nobody believed these people, but I'll be goddamned if this game is not called Fallout 76. But if people from as far back as 2017 were telling us that the next game was Fallout 76 and it's some sort of like online survival RPG similar to DayZ and Rust, how can we not believe them now? Like, you can't just pull that name out of your ass. Like, they had to have known what the name was going to be, obviously. And to have such an obscure name for the next Fallout game and it be correct, you kind of got to believe what they're saying about what the game's going to be. So, a multiplayer Fallout. A lot of players have been dreading this day for a long time. I'm somebody that's completely for the idea of some sort of a multiplayer Fallout. I know a lot of people aren't, but I've made videos in the past, probably far back as like 2015, 2016, when I kind of first started my channel. I've been talking about some sort of multiplayer or a Fallout Online. If this happens to be true, it's all a matter of what they do exactly with it. What kind of online or multiplayer is it? Is it Fallout Online similar to Elder Scrolls Online? That's going to piss off and burn a lot of people. People don't like the game. I don't know why. I had no problems with Elder Scrolls Online. I actually really liked the game. People were kind of hopeful that if there is a multiplayer aspect to Fallout 76, that maybe it's something like Borderlands, where you can just like play co-op. Your friends can just join your game and y'all can tackle missions and boss fights and shit together. That would be pretty cool too. But the main thing, of course, that everybody's talking about is the fact that it's supposed to be some sort of online survival RPG similar to DayZ or Rust. I don't even know what Rust is. So Kotaku's article about this is what really blew the story up. They claim to have insiders, they know like 3 people that were working on the project. That's how they know it's supposed to be an online survival RPG. And can we take a second to look at this? I don't know what the flame symbol means on this website. I don't ever come on Kotaku, but whatever it is, maybe just views, there's 306,000 of it. When Bethesda announced Fallout 76 with a teaser trailer this morning, promising more information at E3, it was easy to assume that the new game would be a traditional single-player role-playing game. But Fallout 76 is in fact an online survival RPG that's heavily inspired by games like DayZ and Rust, according to 3 people familiar with the project. Those people, speaking anonymously so as not to damage their careers, confirmed that Fallout 76 is an experimental new entry in the long-running post-apocalyptic series. When Bethesda first teased the game on Tuesday morning, fans and pundits speculated that it might be a Fallout 3 remaster or a New Vegas-style spin-off in a new location. But as Kotaku reported that afternoon, it is in fact something completely new and completely different. The teaser might lead Fallout fans to believe that this is a traditional entry in the series, but according to our sources, that's not the case. Originally prototyped as a multiplayer version of Fallout 4 with the goal of envisioning what an online Fallout game might look like, Fallout 76 has evolved quite a bit over the past few years, those sources said. It will have quests and a story like any other game from Bethesda Game Studios, a developer known for meaty RPGs like Skyrim. It will also feature base building just like 2015's Fallout 4 and other survival-based and multiplayer mechanics according to those sources. One source cautioned that the gameplay is rapidly changing, like it does in many online service games, but that's the core outline. So kind of a lot to jump into right there, but I want to hop back to the Fallout 4 multiplayer thing, because at first that seems kind of crazy, like, oh, what? Fallout 4 had a multiplayer? But Todd Howard actually confirmed this. In an interview with Mashable, Todd Howard was actually quoted as saying, "Believe it or not, every time we do a game, we design a multiplayer mode just to see what we would do." Now, the Fallout 4 multiplayer never really made it past the pre-production along with Fallout 3, Oblivion, and Skyrim, but it kind of adds up with that Kotaku article saying that this is kind of a branch off of the Fallout 4 multiplayer. Some other pieces of evidence, if you want to call it that, saying that this game is supposed to be multiplayer is this Reddit post that says, Bethesda is announcing Fallout Vault 76. It's going to be a game surrounding the base building element, screenshot and thank me later. What's interesting to take note of from this post, however, is that it is from 14 hours ago, which my time would put it at about 6 a.m. The teaser trailer didn't drop until about 9 to 10 a.m. my time, so that'd put it at about 3 to 4 hours before the teaser trailer ever came out. They also mentioned that it's going to focus on the base building aspect, which would give a little more, legitimacy, I suppose, that it's supposed to be similar to DayZ and Rust, which both allow you to build things. We have this post from 2017, which I was talking about earlier, that says, hey, want some actual insider info? No Elder Scrolls in development because ESO is doing really fucking well. Multiplayer Fallout in development, Starfield in development, but years away. And then the person commented below them, or replied later, and said, Fallout 76, a Fallout-themed Rust clone coming soon. This shit was posted December 28th, 2017, almost exactly 5 months ago, a little over 5 months ago. People were calling Fallout 76 and it being similar to Rust. I wouldn't have taken a second glance at this back in 2017, but look at it now, man. We actually have a game coming out called Fallout 76, so it's hard not to believe all this evidence we have today. So with all that out of the way, let's talk about it now. If this is a straight up just a multiplayer game, similar to ESO or something like that, I think it's going to piss a lot of people off. Now, if it is a single player kind of Fallout game that has a multiplayer aspect, similar to something like Borderlands, where your friends can just join in your game, y'all can do co-op shit, that's a different story. I think people would be completely okay with that because you don't have to involve yourself in the multiplayer aspect. You don't have to do anything multiplayer if you don't want to. You play the bitch offline, turn your console's internet off. But at the same time, if there is some sort of base building survival aspect, I don't really know how you can do a Borderlands type of multiplayer with that. It would almost have to just be a multiplayer only game. Because what would really be the point in building like survival bases and defending that shit if you're not playing against other players? If you're just playing against the NPCs, that'd be pretty boring after a while. Now, obviously, this is all essentially speculation. Kotaku and Jason Schreier, regardless of what you think of them, are pretty reputable sources, but again, nothing is 100% until Bethesda confirms it. As for what I personally believe it is, it's hard to say right now, man, because everybody was thinking before the actual announcement that it was like a Fallout 3 remaster or some sort of like Fallout 4 port to the Switch. And now they didn't want to accept the fact that it was a brand new Fallout game. And now that it is a brand new Fallout game, everybody's saying it's some sort of online Fallout game. It's some sort of MMO. It's some sort of base building game. It's some sort of online survival RPG. So like, I don't even know what to think of this game right now. All we have is a damn teaser trailer, a minute and something teaser trailer that shows us absolutely nothing except the inside of Vault 76. What I will say, however, is that no matter what this game is, I will absolutely be getting it. If it is similar to Elder Scrolls Online, I'm going to get that. I'm okay with a Fallout Online type of game. If it's some sort of like survival base building RPG, I'll get that too. If it's a single player Fallout game, I'm definitely getting that, of course. If it's a single player Fallout game where your friends can hop in and help you and co-op and shit, I'm buying it as well. So I really don't care what it is. And look, regardless of what you think about some sort of online survival version of Fallout, the simple fact is the universe of Fallout, the lore of Fallout, is perfect for that. It's literally about how people survive after a post-apocalypse. I know they've been single-player games up to this point, but it's literally what it is. And regardless of how late the Fallout franchise is to being an online survival RPG, they came out in 1997, so they were around long before a lot of these other games. Anyways, my dudes, as always, let me know your thoughts below. Do you think it is going to be an online game? Do you think it's going to be some sort of multiplayer? Is it going to be a single Fallout game? Is it going to be co-op? Whatever you're thinking about this, with the evidence I've presented to you and other YouTubers I'm sure that have presented this shit to you, what do you think? And hopefully you guys, girls, and transgenders went on to enjoy the video. And if you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Turn on my notifications, follow me on Twitter at TheDashingDavid. Links to my social networks are in the description and in the outro. Later, guys.
Give me forever for a while, give me forever for a while. Quit acting like a baby, or at least less like a child.